welcome to Speak and Recover. I wanted to talk about that inner child work today. Deep stuff I'm writing about it this morning. It's called about living an unlimited experience. And you know what I've realised, that these small sayings, or the way that I used to get spoke to when I was a child, wasn't necessarily abusive, but definitely affected me when it come into my adult life. And these are the things that give me and make me have this ability or inability to express myself and become more spiritual. These things hinder me when I keep them wrapped up inside, and this energy that doesn't allow me to express the way I am, express the way I feel, express my emotions. When that's left inside me, it hinders myself and it hinders my spiritual growth. It stops me from being free and feeling comfortable in my own skin. Now, this is really deep stuff. So when I was growing up, I used to get told things as a boy. I don't know if it was the same, but I used to get told frequently, like, from teachers, parents, older siblings, shut up, be quiet, stop messing around, behave yourself, stop crying. And these are like normal things, because it's not like it's not like I was getting whipped with a chain, telling me to stop crying and telling me to behave myself, or getting smacked with a ruler or anything. There was none of that. But these sayings that people used to say to me, there was like mantras growing up. And it's only till I've got into like older and started to do some really deep inner work on myself and started to lean into that spiritual side of my life and allow my spirit to express itself, I've just started to allow myself to stop being limited and stop living this limited experience. And I'm getting like goosebumps thinking about it, because I can't believe how long I've been doing this for. And it's so subconscious, because that's what subconscious behavior is. We don't really know that we're doing it until we become awake to that stuff. But what's really deep for me is knowing that I've been living by these rules. And do you know when I'm growing up, when you're growing up and you're a younger sibling, or you're looking up to older siblings, or you're looking up to teachers, or your mum and your dad, or certain people in your life, and you look at them as like role models, and most of the time you might not behave yourself at the time, but if something's continuously said over and over and over to you, it becomes like a mantra, and this mantra will live inside you for the rest of your life. And I've noticed that even now into my 30s, I'm still living by these mantras, and I want to break them chains. I want to stop doing that. And it's like, one of the things is behave yourself. I'm a fully grown man now, and sometimes I can struggle to have fun. I can struggle to feel playful, because I've been told ever since I was a child to behave myself. Stop messing around. These things make me feel uncomfortable now, and I just don't do them, because when I used to do them when I was a child, I felt uncomfortable, and I didn't want to displease anybody that was a high ranking in my household, or somebody that was older than me, or somebody that I looked up to. If these people said this thing to me over and over again, behave yourself, behave yourself, behave yourself, then eventually I would just learn to do the things that would stop them from saying this stuff to me. Teachers, especially at school. And one of the things that I learned is, and just recently, which is a big one, is stop crying. Stop crying. Stop crying. Crying's not going to help anything. Crying doesn't work. You need to be braver. You need to be like this. And now, also as an adult, I find it difficult to express fear. I find it difficult sometimes to express sad emotions, and even crying doesn't have to be a sad emotion. I can cry with gratitude, and I do nowadays, thankfully, and I feel really grateful to be able to express tears, express emotions. And then, one of the big ones for me, and these are quite personal to me, but I hope you can identify, and I hope that you can get some freedom from this, Because what I would do is I would never really allow myself to express myself spiritually, never really allow myself to express myself emotionally, never really lean into that playful and creative side of my life because I was constantly told to behave myself and shut up. I found it really difficult to sort of like express myself verbally or feel like my opinion was valid or feel like I had an opinion because I was always told to shut up, be quiet, behave yourself. And if you're told these mantras over and over again, you want to look at why and how you act now you are an adult, because now you're not a child anymore and you're the governor of your inner child right now. And it's like, do I tell myself these things now? Because that's what I want to be looking at. Who's the adult in my house now? Well, there's a big Neil and there's a little Neil that lives in here now, do you know what I mean? And learning to not be that person that constantly tells me to shut up, constantly tells me to stop crying, and allow myself to be unlimited. Because when I do these things and I follow these subconscious rules, these mantras that was embedded into me as a child, even though it wasn't my fault or it wasn't my way of doing things, when I stop living by these mantras, I allow myself to become unlimited. And when I am living by these, I'm limiting my experience, because I've got to know that being playful, being joyful, being loud, expressing myself, having a laugh, being creative, being spontaneous, not being quiet, crying, crying with joy, screaming, laughing, and all these things that come as from being a child and constantly being told these things over and over again. When I'm doing them things, these are all part of a human experience. These are emotions and feelings that I need to be expressing. These are tools and assets that was given to me as a human being, because that's who I am. I'm a human being. I'm allowed to cry. I'm allowed to be playful. I'm allowed to be stupid. I'm allowed to act out. I'm allowed to talk. I'm allowed to cry uncontrollably. And this is okay. It's perfectly okay. I don't have to be quiet anymore. I don't have to shut up anymore. I don't have to behave myself anymore. And you can see how I feel about that now, because I am telling myself as I'm talking in this video, because I'm reaffirming that in myself. It's okay to be playful. It's okay to be creative. It's perfectly okay to cry. And when I do this and I feel this, I break them bonds of them mantras, and I start reaffirming to myself that I'm a changed person, and I start reaffirming to myself that this adult in my head that lives by the mantras to try and keep the kid inside me under control, quiet, behaving, not crying, and it's like a really subconscious thing. And I don't want to live limited anymore. I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to be a limited human being who struggles to express his feelings, who feels dominated by the adult version of me who constantly tells me not today, be quiet, behave yourself, stop being stupid. I don't want to live like that anymore. You know, I'm a human being. I want to express myself in all forms because I want to live limitless. I am limitless. I am a human being having a limitless experience. I am not here to fall into the boundaries of somebody else or fall into my own category of these mantras that I was continuously told as I was a child growing up. Now, I am here to heal from these things, because although there was nothing wrong with my upbringing and all these things was perfectly okay, these mantras have stuck with me into my adult life, and they are the things that are my responsibility to address. And just for today, I'm going to do that. I want to practice expressing myself. I want to practice being fun. I want to practice allowing myself to cry and heal and repair and replenish and allow my spirit inside me just to be free to express itself. Today, I will grant myself permission to lead the way and express itself in all areas of my life. And on that note, stay blessed, guys. Welcome to Speak and Recover.